What is up, guys? Hope you guys are well. Yeah, so today I want to talk about where the hell is my project, man? Because it's already the 10th of August, right? And I plan to release this thing. Well, first of all, I plan to finish this thing on the 24th, that weekend of July. Um, and what, I'm like 2 weeks over? Like, Jesus, man, what's going on? And I didn't realize until, yeah, 2 weeks or so. I didn't realize until this morning how late it is already. And it's like every day, it's like, okay, just another day, another 2 days. And then, yeah, now we're here. So I think, well, yeah, today I want to talk about that. So, like, finishing my project, show you where it's at, show you some of the problems I've been having, and also show you the new branding because I've changed the branding a bit of my project. So, yeah, the state of the project. Let's talk about that first. So, if we jump in here. So I've actually deployed this thing. So I've been working the last few days on deploying this bad boy. And so the site is live. I mean, it's working. So like these are some test things, but like the images upload, it's using AWS. The images are compressed and resized to the proper thing. All the functions work, login and stuff works. So it's all super cool. Like it's all working nicely. I've also got payments working, at least through the test data. Although they seem to, yeah, there we go. So like now you can subscribe and that all works too, and it's talking to my server with the webhooks and stuff. So everything's looking good. Same with the extension. The extension is, it's the same as I've shown before. But the problem with the extension is I've been having these. Well, I only just discovered this yesterday. So when I do like an API call from my extension and try and save something to my site, so it's doing like a post call or a patch call or whatever, I've been using in my local environment the CSRF token kind of authentication. So it's kind of like Django's normal authentication and stuff. But apparently it doesn't work on HTTPS. So like when things are encrypted, which my server is, like it's using SSL or whatever, it apparently doesn't work. So you get this referrer. It's basically a referrer policy error. And so I think the issue is that the extension is not sending the header, and I can't get it to send the referrer header. And so like the kind of cookies and stuff works, but I guess it makes sense because yeah, I don't know. You don't want someone to accept a random extension that can then has access to your cookies and then can log in for you. So it kind of makes sense. I think that's what the issue is. Anyway, so I have to redo my whole authentication. Hopefully it's not too much work. It's I've got to switch to a token-based authentication. It just means I've got to add login forms onto my extension, and yeah, I think that's it. And then collect like a token, and then keep that and pass that around. So instead of the CSRF token, which is don't even know what it is. This guy. It's like it's a token that my server is providing. So instead of using that, it's using like a different authentication. So I got to do that, and then hopefully the extension will talk to my server properly. And then I think that's the last hurdle. And what else have I got to do? That's pretty much it, man. Like it's 99% there. Hey, it's just the last little bit that's just holding me up. And running things in prod as well has shown a few errors. So like when I was uploading an image, it uploaded the image, but then because I'm doing like some resizing and compression on the upload, so it uploads the image, and then I think it lost access to the object or something, and so then when it tried to show the thumbnail when the page refreshed, it would then throw like a 500 error because it didn't have access to the image object. So I had to work to fix that. And there's like a few other things. And this always happens in production. Um, and so I'm really kicking myself for not trying to deploy sooner, man. So yeah, I guess that's the state of the app itself. And then for some reason, I decided that instead of going with Elemental, I was like, oh, it'd be great to do a redesign. So I've decided to, yeah, stupidly redesign it. I was just laughing about it yesterday because I'm just like, I'm already so late and I want to do a redesign. Um, it's kind of a stupid idea, right? But I don't know. I'm just loving this project. It's been super fun to make, and I just want to make something cool that I'm proud of. So I don't mind spending a bit of extra time on it. So I've decided to you can see the URL here. I've decided to call the thing Panda Snap because I wanted like a cool animal, like a panda, and I don't know. I kind of like the name, just like catchy, Panda Snap. And then uh, the names, I think I wanted a name that's a bit more representative of the app itself. So Elemental is like not that. I mean, it was just a test name anyway, but it was like it doesn't really tell you what the thing is. But Panda Snap doesn't either, I guess, unless you're taking photos of pandas. But the snap part of it hopefully does. You're taking snapshots of designs across the web, and that's what I want people to take away from it. And I think the panda, I think, is more. I don't know. I'm hoping, or at least it's like more. What's the word? I don't know. Just iconic, not iconic, but like memorable, maybe. Anyway, so I've made like a little logo. I kind of like it. So it's kind of got like a little snapshot kind of border, and then like a little panda, and then that's kind of like the text-based version. So I'm pretty happy with it. Looks kind of cool, and I think the logo is just maybe a little more interesting than an E on some blob. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna chuck this, kind of restyle things a bit, not crazily. It'll still be similar and colorful, but instead of like this E thing, it's gonna be like a panda, I guess, and have a few more pandery things. I don't know. I don't know why I decided to do a redesign. Screw it, we're gonna do it. And then yeah, so that's about it for the state of the app. Um, as for yeah, I guess there's some lessons to be learned here, right? So one thing is deploying way sooner. So like I could have fixed all of these issues, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago or something. Because like I could have just made a tiny little bit of my server and then pushed it to like a test deploy. So pushed it on Heroku and had it all like working on that, and then continually kind of update that server so that I can test locally and make sure that that stuff's still working on prod, so that I don't run into these issues in the last minute, which I'm doing now. And then obviously I still would have run into those issues, but I don't know, it would have been easier to cut the scope of it, with all of that stuff finished. So instead, what I did is I'm like, okay, I've got to build, keep adding features, and make it look prettier and that kind of stuff. And then right at the last minute, it's like, okay, now I've got to deploy this. And then it's like a lot of time that I have to spend deploying it. Whereas in the other way, it would have been like, made a tiny little server and extension, try and deploy those, and fixed up all the little errors and bugs and stuff. And then I have that like last little bit to really, I don't know, create something. And I don't know, it just would have made the scope easier to manage, I think. So that's number one tip: is deploy as soon as you can, even if it's just a test environment. But get something representative of your final production unit environment. And what else? I think, yeah, like my goal with these videos and trying to like build more publicly was to pressure me a bit. It's like, okay, now I'm building publicly, even if no one watches these videos or anything. It's like I've got to be accountable to the public, and it didn't really pressure me that much, I felt. And I think I've got to go back to some of the motivation techniques that I've used before, to really keep me like on a deadline. So I've definitely been motivated. It's just like, I haven't been pressured to deploy like at the end of the month, instead of being like, oh, I can do it next weekend, or I can do it like in a few days, and then a few days turns into 10 days apparently, or almost 2 weeks. So yeah, I think from now on I'm gonna try and get back into that. I don't know, set like mini goals and like deploy after 2 weeks, and or get this thing done within 2 weeks, and then the next week there's another thing. I really hold myself accountable to that. It's something I feel motivates me a lot more, or at least keeps me in line with my goals. And so I hope I don't run over my next project in 2 weeks. And yeah, but otherwise it's been fun, good learning experience. And I think, yeah, it's definitely not the ideal way to make money, because I'm definitely doing this because I've liked the project because it's super fun to make, and that's not really how you, I don't know, make money. It's for me, it's kind of like a learning experience. I'm treating it more as a project that I'm learning from, rather than like a business I'm trying to make money off. So I think mine maybe yeah, I don't know. I like building stuff. I do want to make some money off of this too. Um, so I guess I got to balance those two kind of goals. So for me, it's been like building a lot of interesting technical things because it's really fun to do. But in a business sense, it's like, I mean, I can cut out a lot of that and just release something. And logically, I know that's what I should do. But then, I don't know, emotionally, it's like, I just want to build something, build something because it's fun. So there's definitely a bit of that going on. But it's all good. I've had fun. I've learned a lot. And all of this somewhat ties into my next project. So maybe I'll tell you what the next project is. But I don't know. I want to make like a boilerplate. So make something that basically make a server framework. Sorry, a server boilerplate. So like an example project that is fully deployable, has like a dashboard, has your login forms and example API requests, and an example like using Django and React. It's not quite as easy as you want it to be, or at least it's a bit tricky to work out yourself. And so like have all of that kind of work included. So it's basically like a project starter pack that can really help you build a lot faster. Learning from all my mistakes, and then also using some of the things I've built that make kind of coding fun with Django and React and whatever. So yeah, I've seen a few boilerplates before. I mean, then it's not the newest market, and there's some really nice ones out there. But for Django, I want to make like a really, I don't know, kind of sexy boilerplate. Something that looks cool, because I think in a lot of other frameworks they have these really nice looking boilerplates, and then Django's maybe more boring in that sense. People like treat it as I don't know, how to describe it, but I want something that like really looks cool, because I really like Django, and I think it's a great framework. And so I want to make something that is more design orientated, has a really great developer experience, and yeah, it helps you just like build a website faster. And it helps me in two ways, because I can use that for all my future projects, but I can also build on it from my future projects, because I'll be using it all, day in and day out. So it'll be something I'm consistently using, hopefully like my design tool now. So I can build it up as I go and make it better. And yeah, so that's it. So this project helps that in some way, because a lot of the stuff I've built in this project and my last project will be used in that boilerplate, or I can use. So things like really easy image uploading and I don't know, all sorts of things. So I'm going to do that. And this project helps as well, because I'm going to try talk to kind of my potential user base. So I'm going to use this project, and I'm going to try use this Panda Snap project to get in conversation with other indie hackers and developers. So I got some ideas to do that, on how to do that. And then I'll use those conversations to help me tailor like my boilerplate. That's what the goal is. And then so even though I'm 2 weeks late, it's not a complete waste because I'm really happy with the project. Super cool. I think I'm gonna use it, for the rest of my life, hopefully. And what else? Like it's part of the plan, I guess. So it's a stepping stone onto the next project. So it's not like completely isolated. It's something that has been useful, and working out these kinks is good because I'm going to have to I'm going to have to solve these problems for other people if I make this boilerplate. So that's kind of the goal for next month. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to cover today. Sorry, it's not released yet because well, I hoped it was going to be a few weeks earlier, and I'm really surprised how quick time flies actually. Um, but yeah, it's been fun so far. It's just like so close. So hopefully this week, I'm not going to say a deadline because I'm probably going to be wrong. But yeah, it's getting there. Um, and yeah, I'm really excited to release it. Excited for my next project. So everything's looking great. And hopefully it's something that people like as well. I've had some interest in the project itself. So we'll see. It should be a fun launch. Anyway, I'll stop rambling and yeah, catch you guys next time. I'll come up with, well, hopefully next time will be deployed. It'll be live. It'll be launched. And so if it is that time, I'll talk about it then. I'll talk about the launch and stuff, but we'll see. Anyway, catch you guys next time. Bye bye.